Hello, hello. This is Rachel O'Brien with True Light Yoga coming at you live from the studio. I am going to guide you through a 60-minute Vinyasa class that is a heart-centered class. And we'll be tapping into the heart by directing our awareness within. Mentally, we'll be doing that through presence, through our breath, and through physical sensations in the body. And we'll be using internal rotation of the upper thigh bones to also continue to reinforce bringing attention in. So why are we doing this today? Well, this class is my final class submission for my program that I'm in with my teacher, Matt, called The Heart. The heart is about theming and about what I think really yoga is not just about the physical poses, but it's about the philosophy of yoga, which is this eight limb path that brings us to bliss. When I think about bliss, the Joseph Campbell quote comes to mind that bliss is any feeling fully felt. And that reminds me that my practice is not just going to feel good all the time. Right? There's these challenges and this hardness that comes to it, but if I can stay in it and fully feel it, I won't push into sharp pain and injury. I'll be fully awake to the sensations of my body, and that will awaken me and bring me towards bliss. So when I was creating this class, a heart-centered class, and thinking about what I wanted my intention to be, I thought this summer, Bree, my mentor who's watching this, knows that I had a lot of challenge and a lot of things happened to me that almost closed my heart off, made me kind of question my own spirituality and belief in the universe or something greater. And when there is challenge, we can close off and we can become a victim of the world, right? We can be like, well, they shouldn't have done that to me, or that shouldn't have happened to me. And, I've been sober for almost 9 years now. And when I got sober in 12-step programs, they teach you this thing where anytime that you have a resentment or you're angry at somebody, you have to ask, what is my part in this? And there's a similar yoga sutra to this as well, which is Sutra 2.33, Vitarka Badane Pratikasha Bhavanam. When the mind becomes attached to thoughts or desires that bring suffering, bring to mind the opposing thoughts, and your emotions will change. And by bringing to mind the opposite, we change the brain's patterning. So rather than thinking, I'm going to close my heart off, why did the world do this to me? Why am I in this pain? I started to ask myself, what is my part in this? And to go in. And through that, I saw some different ways in which my circumstances were brought upon by myself, by wanting to be settled, wanting to be done, wanting to get it perfect. And there's been ways in which in my life where I bring something to my friends, for instance, and they say, well, you should go out on another date with that guy. You haven't seen him that long, and maybe just give it another try. And you're like, no, I'm getting this feeling that something's not right for me. And they're like, well, maybe just stay in the job for 5 years and then see how it feels. And any time that I start to look outside of myself, there's a great thing to learn from teachers, absolutely. But there comes to this point in your journey when you have to just start looking within and trusting yourself and your own inner knowing. And it's hard to separate that from the monkey mind, from fear, right? From those kinds of thoughts. So I want you today, in your mat, to practice going within. And notice when fear comes in. If I offer something that's hard immediately your mind might say, I can't do this. And I want you to flip it to, what part of this can I do? And then be in that. When your mind wanders off to what you might do later, or thoughts elsewhere, I want you to use this, direct my awareness in, to come back to where you are. And your mind's gonna do all kinds of things. Try to make you a victim, make me the enemy. Say, I don't like the way this girl teaches. I don't like this pose. I had this injury, whatever. I'm not saying blow past your body's signals, but I'm saying notice that loudness of the mind and direct your awareness back in again and again and again. When you go within, you stop becoming a victim of life and you tap into something, like something that is there. Some people call it the heart, some people call it spirit. And I've heard it associated before as like love inside of us that is like water within a well. And as we live, we get disconnected from it sometimes. When we're just listening to what other people tell us to do, we stop listening to the sensations of our body or our inner knowing. And the thing about a water and well is that like the water is always there. It was always there. It's at any spot in the ground if you dig deep enough. It's not just at the well. But you have to remove all the rocks and the dirt and all the stuff that's covering it to go within to find the water. That's kind of like what we do on the yoga mat. It's a removing of all the thoughts and the fear and the stuff that isn't us to go within. When you go in, you'll find your inner knowing, your well, your heart. And it feels so much better to live from the heart than to live from being a victim of the world's circumstances. I would rather take responsibility and be in my power in that way than walk around with a closed off heart and say, oh, it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. Go within. So we take responsibility for ourselves on the mat. And as I offer you things on the mat today, know that everything is an option. You can always honor your body, honor your inner knowing, because your body is your greatest teacher and it knows you better than I know you. I'm going to offer things that work for most people and guide you through a lot of options. And again, it is your job to go within and make a choice that is best for you today. So we'll get started in a passive internal rotation of the legs, which is going to be constructive rest pose. So you'll come down onto your back. I'm actually going to shift so you don't have this glare on my glasses. So you'll come down onto your backs, and we're going to use 2 blocks for today's practice. So maybe you need to pause the video and go grab them. One more thing, if you want to play music during today's practice, I did make a playlist, and you're welcome to find it on my Spotify. The link will be with this video. It is called The Heart Final Go In, and you would press play on that right now. From here, make your way down onto your back. You can put the blocks off to the side, let your knees come in towards one another, and meet me in constructive rest pose. Put a hand on your heart and hand on your belly. Take a deep breath into your rib cage. Exhale, release. Deep breath into your ribs. And exhale, release. Now start to bring your breath in and out the nose if it's not already. And you keep breathing here like this in your constructive rest pose. Starting to bring your awareness and attention in. Your mind will wander off at times in your practice, thinking of others or something else. And it is your job again and again to direct your awareness in. do this by paying attention to the breath. Watch your breath come in through the nose, filling you up, and then watch it leave. And my invitation to you as we practice is to practice directing your awareness in. So when I put you in a position and your mind starts to make me the enemy, or the pose the enemy, or a certain body part the enemy, rather than saying, I hate this, or I can't do this, or I don't like it, I want you to shift your awareness in and get curious around it. Maybe saying, what is it that I'm feeling? Is it a sharp pain, or is it a discomfort? Is it a joint, or is it a muscle? How would I describe what I'm feeling? And if the word can't starts to come up, I can't do that pose, you can check out. You can just say, well, I can't do it, and you turn off the video, or you stop the pose and wait until the next thing. Or you can stay in by saying, what part of this can I do? And that's the shift right there. From here, start to press your thighs in towards one another. So you go from this passive, letting gravity happen, internal rotation, to pressing your knees in towards one another, like you're squeezing something in between your thighs. Then from here, allow your legs to windshield wiper from side to side. So knees go to the left, and then both knees go to the right. And just go from side to side. Landing with both knees over to the right. From here, press your left knee down into the mat. Option if you want to let your right ankle come on top of your left knee, furthering the internal rotation of the left thigh bone. Your right knee is in that external rotation, and your left upper leg is in internal rotation coming down towards the mat. Breathe into the place where you feel it. Releasing the right ankle if it was on top of left thigh. Both knees go over to the left side. Pressing right knee down into the mat this time. Option if you want to cross left ankle over the right thigh. So remembering, when we find something hard on the mat, off the mat, we can use it to be angry at our life circumstance, or we can think the opposing thought. How might this be an invitation for me to awaken, to get stronger, in the same way that our muscles need to break down in order to grow back stronger? Direct your awareness in to find that opposing thought, that mental shift, that rewiring of the brain. From here, you'll begin to release the left ankle from the right knee. Bend both knees, so the right knee is on top of the left, and bring your arms out to the side so you can straighten out in your arms. And then from here, kick your feet up towards your left hand. So you'll straighten out the legs and get them as high as you can towards your left hand. So you're in a big, open, straight leg twist. Just go as far as your back is ready for this morning. Remembering that your experience might be different from mine. We're coming from different bodies, backgrounds, weeks, and intentions or desires. So if I offer something that your body gives a sharp no to, you listen to your experience. Direct your awareness in, answer that, and do not force. Then we'll come back to bending the knees. Knees come to center. Taking the other side, allowing both knees to drop over towards your right elbow, then kicking the legs to straighten, feet come towards your hands. Directing our awareness in helps us to know what is right for us, rather than the noise of or opinions of others. It helps us to decipher between what is fear and what is knowing. There will be a certain level of discomfort to our living, our evolving, our practice. But we don't need to push past our pain. How do we know the difference? By getting quiet, by directing our attention inward. Take one more deep breath in here. Deep breath out. And then bend the knees, come back to center. Step your left foot down and bring your right knee to a bend. Your right hand will come to your right pinky toe as you bend the knee and come into a half happy baby. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel your ribs expand towards your right thigh. And breathe out. Stepping right foot down, we'll bring the left knee to a bend, left hand to the outer pinky toe edge of your left foot, bend the knee, half happy baby. Let each breath be a reminder to go into your internal experience. At the heart, at the center of you, is an infinite well of love. It might get covered up with thoughts and fear and opinions of others. We use this practice to find it again, to let that guide our choices in our life. Release hand from foot, step foot to foot. Roll over to a comfortable side, and then press yourself up into a seat. From here, when you come to a seat, let's start by letting our knees windshield wiper from side to side, just like we did before. And land with both of your legs to the left side. I am not mirroring you. From here, press your right knee down, right? So now our left leg's in external rotation, our right knee is in internal rotation. Option if you want to, or it feels accessible, you could lift your right foot as you press down through the right knee. Good, then come back to center, both knees over towards the right. Press down through your left leg, lift in your left heel. And then come back to center. Straighten out your legs in front of you. And from here, I'll have you point your toes. This is plantar flexion of the ankle joint. Yeah. And then flex the toes towards your face, dorsiflexion of the ankle joint. Good. Point through your toes and flex through your toes. Let's make a little circle with the ankles in one direction. Good, and circle in the other direction. Good. So the ankle joint can move in 4 different ways, right? We did plantar flexion, we did dorsiflexion. Now we're going to do inversion of the ankle joint. So it's like you're trying to get the soles of your feet to touch like a prayer hands, but with your feet. And you feel a stretch on the outer ankle here. Then from here, we'll do the opposite. So big toes towards the top of your mat or towards the camera, and then your pinky toes pull back towards your body. Big toes away from you, pinky toes towards you. Like you're trying to get the tops of your feet together. It won't actually happen, but that's the general direction. It's kind of close to flexion, but there's also this added, not all 10 toes towards your face, but big toes press away, pinky toes in. Now cross your right ankle over your left in this position. Good, point and flex. Release right foot down, left leg over. We'll point and then flex and find eversion, pressing big toes away, pinky toes in. Good, and release. Cross your legs so that the right shin is in front of your left. Take a deep breath in, fill up with air into your lungs. Open up your mouth and exhale. Bow your forehead into your fingertips. Sealing in your intention for your practice. To go within. If there's a question on your heart, something, someone, or some pose that you're not sure about, you can run around all day long asking everyone else for their opinion, but what if we went in? What if we directed our attention inside, knowing that your heart has the answers that are true for you? Setting your intention to live from that open-hearted place. When you feel like you might have lost it, remember it's just dirt and rocks covering what is still there at the center of you. Go within. Releasing hands back behind you, we'll flip the shins, left shin in front of your right. From here, take a little roll of the wrists. Good, roll in the opposite direction. Hands to heart, elbows out to the side. Send your fingertips towards me, towards the camera. Up towards the ceiling and then towards your chest. One more like that, trying to keep the base of your hands together. Go in the opposite direction, backs of the hands come together and do a little roll of the wrist. And roll in the opposite way. Good, shake those hands out and meet me in an all fours position. Spreading through your hands, actively pressing into your fingertips. From here, inhale to lift your right leg behind you and bend in your knee. On your inhale breath, open up your hip so the right hip stacks over your left. And as you exhale, close off your hip, coming into an even hip position, stepping on the ceiling. Inhale, open up your hip. Exhale, close off your hip. Now from your closed hip, we will internally rotate the right thigh bone, which means your knee is coming towards left ankle and your right foot comes out to the side. Inhale, open up, step on the left side wall. Exhale, close it off and bring your right foot towards the right side wall, finding that internal rotation. From here, tap your right knee across your left calf. Point the toes and press yourself back into a Gomukhasana, child's pose. If this is too much for your knees, child's pose is a great position. You do not have to take Gomukhasana, right? Listen to your body. Go within. Remember, the purpose of our practice is to expand our heart. We don't do that through forcing our body into shapes that aren't right for it. We also can't expand our heart without a little bit of challenge. Going within and observing our mind, our responses, our wiring, our patterns will help us to have awareness around them and be able to choose what ones align, what ones we want to move forward, and what ones we might want to release. Begin to release this pose, rising up into all four position, lifting your right leg. Inhale, extend through the heel. Exhale, bend the knee and bring right knee to your right tricep. Good. Hold here. So knee is at your tricep, and from here, I'm gonna turn so that you can see me. Okay, right knee is at the right tricep. Holding here, I want you to start to lift your right foot higher than your knee. So you're internally rotating your right thigh bone. Yeah, good. Keep spreading through your fingers, pressing down through your hands. Hold here. You can hold here for one more deep breath. Find it within you. Find it. Then when you're ready, step your right foot through. Option to bring your hands onto two blocks to bring the ground a little bit closer to you as you inhale, lift in your chest, stretching left hip flexor. As you exhale, slide the hips back, lift through your toes, and we find this Ardha Hanumanasana. So inhale, we'll come through to low lunge. Exhale, slide the hips back, and keep moving with that with your breath pace. It's okay if it's a little bit different from mine. The next time that you come back, we'll hold Ardha Hanumanasana. Keep pressing down through your right heel and pull your toes towards your face. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, find a little more space. Then inhale, bend the knee. Come forward to the top of your mat. Shift your left shin so it's in line with the back side of your mat. Right hand and block down to the inside of the right foot. Option to remove the block and bring your hand down. We'll swing the left hand up and over and open the chest for a modified extended side angle. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring both hands down. Walk the right foot to the right side of the mat. Lift your left knee and step your left foot to the top of the mat. Meet me in squat pose, Malasana. Hands to heart center. Breathe. Tune into your breath. Direct your awareness in. Notice as we started to move where the mind might have went. Direct your awareness back in. Hands down, hips lift. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, inhale, rise, gaze to thumbs, extended mountain. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step yourself back into your plank. Drop your knees, lean forward, bend your elbows. Modified chaturanga. Inhale to a back bend of your choice. Exhale, knees press, hips lift, downward facing dog. Little pedal at the heels. And that's a great example of, for years and years, I did my up dog, down dog the way they told me to, right? Without tapping the knees in between. And I wasn't paying attention within. It took Matt saying to me, you know, drop the knees in between, and biomechanically it makes more sense for your lower back. But I also didn't want to just take his word for it, right? So I did 3 of them one way and 3 of them the other way, and said, which one feels best in my body? And that is the practice of starting to choose what's best for us, to direct our awareness in. What do I truly feel? Not just what does a teacher or a friend or someone else tell me. Inhale, come forward, drop your knees. Begin to extend your left leg towards the back of the mat, bend the knee. Inhale, open up the hips, stepping on the right side wall. Exhale, squaring off. Inhale, open up. Exhale, stepping on the ceiling. Then from here, left knee towards your right shin, left foot out to the side. So it's an internal rotation of this left thigh bone. Inhale, open up, stepping on the right side wall. Exhale, internally rotate. That left thigh bone is coming into the center line of your body. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, left thigh bone rotates in. Then tap your left knee behind your right knee. Point your toes, press back, Gomukhasana, child's pose. Remembering, regular child's pose is always an option. You could even take a bolster in between your thighs and your heels. A child's pose is particularly challenging for your knees. So it's this idea going within, that you within you have the answers. That by listening to your heart and your body, you will be guided on a journey of life that is unique to you. Yoga is the experience of awakening that. Elizabeth Gilbert says, the universe buries strange jewels within us all, and then stands back to see if we will find them. On your next inhale, rise up, lift your left leg. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, extend up and back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, hold. Lift your left heel, internally rotating your left thigh bone. Let the heel be higher than your knee if you can. I know it's hard. I know this is a hard and uncomfortable position. It's been said that yoga is a workout, but it's not just a workout, it's a work in, right? We get the side effects of strong muscles and the workout, what you're feeling in your body. But really it's using the body as a tool. Step the left foot in between your hands. Maybe grab your blocks, inhale, chest forward. Exhale back and start to move with your breath. So what I mean by that is that the body is our tool to notice, to study the mind. Does your mind make me the enemy? Oh, I hate Rachel, I hate this pose, I hate yoga. Can you catch it and direct your attention and awareness within? Exhale, hold back, pulling left toes towards your face, driving the heel down. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you. Right now, as you inhale, you'll bend the knee and come forward. Left hand down, right shin shifts to be parallel with the back of the mat, modified extended side angle. Your bicep can frame your ear as you reach forward, inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to frame your left foot this time. From here, send your left leg back to meet your right and lift your knees. So we come into chaturanga. You can drop your knees at any time, or you can come up onto your toes and bend your elbows. Inhale, maybe it's upward facing dog. Exhale, knees tap, hips lift, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, inhale, rise up, gaze to your thumbs. Big exhale and fold forward. So we're gonna move through that vinyasa. Inhale, half lift. And I want you to move like yourself. Maybe that's stepping back. Maybe it's hopping back and landing with your elbows soft. Get to down dog like yourself. Maybe that's tapping the knees. Maybe it's a big back bend. But move like you. Not like me, not like anybody else. Move like yourself. That doesn't mean not to challenge yourself towards change, but it means directing in so that your highest self is guiding you in each movement, on the mat, off the mat. On your inhale breath, gaze forward. On your exhale breath, you can step or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart and then to your side, samasthiti, add attention pose. So just take a pause here. Pausing, directing awareness in. And notice as we started to move, where the mind has gone, bring it back. Inhale, soft knees, rise up. Exhale, soft knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten your legs. Exhale, hands to the mat. Either step or hop back, landing with soft elbows. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Exhale, knees tap, hips lift, downward facing dog. On your inhale breath, look forward. Bring your knees down and bring the blocks underneath your hams. I would like you to bring your hands onto the blocks and do one push-up or chaturanga with the hands on the blocks. So we bend the elbows, lean forward, press up. Option if you want to lift the knees, bend the elbows, press up. Now from here, knees drop, bring your hands wider. So like mat width distance apart. Often in yoga, we do a chaturanga, which is very tricep focused. This wider hand push-up is going to be a little bit more of our chest muscles getting involved. If you have shoulder stuff and shoulder injury, this might be too much for it. You can always come back to that shorter stance. But ask your body what it is feeling in this moment. Go within. Try it first on the knees. Elbows go a little wider. Press up. Then option to lift the knees. A wide arm push-up. And lift. Knees drop. Cross your ankles. Shift yourself forward. Make your way to a seat. Keep these blocks at your side. And now bring them right underneath your shoulders. With your elbows soft and your hands on the block, you'll start to straighten out your arms and find a lift. Good, then lower down. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale. Option to slide back your hips and lift up. Then lower down. So it's like you're trying to slide your heels just like 2 inches. Come back and then up. Yeah, maybe a little further than 2 inches. Slide back and then up. Good. This time, invitation to bring the right heel with you as you press into your hands, slide back, forward, left heel, back, and forward. Good. From here, bend your knees. Hands come forward. Give your hands a little rest. Lift your right leg, lift your left leg, boat pose. Option to straighten out your legs and turn your thighs inward. So thighs in towards one another. Like the big toes are coming in and your pinkies are coming out. Breathe in Navasana. Through the heart, through the challenge, can I remember to go in? One more deep breath in. Exhale, tap the feet down. Good job. From here, straighten out your legs, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, fold towards your feet. It's okay if you want to soften in the knees, relax your head and your neck. It's okay if your hands rest on the mat or the shins. They don't have to be touching the feet. And as you release and come back up, you'll bend your knees and take your right hand in between your legs and your left hand with the block over to the side. From here, cross your right ankle over your left and squeeze your legs in like you're squeezing in on your arm. But get your elbow past your thighs. So you're gonna slide so that you can bend your elbow and move this right hand. I know yoga puts us in the weirdest positions, right? Can you maybe press into your hands, lift your feet and squeeze your legs into your arm bone? We put ourselves in uncomfortable positions to learn how to breathe and go within. So that when we're off the mat and life puts us in those uncomfortable positions, we can remember to breathe, to go within. Bend the knees and release. Other side. Release your feet. Left hand underneath. Right hand off to the side on a block. Cross left ankle over your right. Try to get it so that the elbow is through. This left forearm can move freely. Then squeeze your legs around your arm bone. Lean into the block and try to lift your feet off the ground. Keep squeezing your legs together. Keep flexing and everting in your ankles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can I be in an uncomfortable position? But keep my heart open. Keep my attention in. Good. Release, bend the knees. We'll rock ourselves back on our spine. Rock yourself forward. Crossing at the ankles. Make your way into a downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog here. Dropping your head below your heart. The head is the voice of, the conditioned, the victim, the how could they have done this to me? How could life do this to me? When we drop the head below the heart, move more from the space of the heart, we are able to find more bliss. The head sometimes contains the voices of others. The heart is the voice of the universe inside you, the voice of you. Inhale, breath, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soft knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart and to your side, Samasthiti, at attention pose. So from here at the top of your mat, we'll lift your right knee up. Okay. I want you to take your right hand to the inside of the right knee and start to press your knee into your hand and your hand back into your knee. So if you press your knee into your hand, your heel will go out to the side like this. Yeah, finding that internal rotation. Then from here, you'll release your hand and guide your right leg across your left, sinking into an imaginary chair. Option to keep a little kickstand here. Option to hover the foot, or option to wrap the foot around, trying to find that E version, right? E version of the ankle joint to hook the foot. Hip square, right arm underneath your left, coming into eagle arms or bear arms. Garudasana, eagle pose. Stay here, breathe for 2 and 1. Then at the end of that breath, release your hands, release your leg, kick the right leg back behind you into airplane. Stepping on the wall behind you, point your toes down. Try to internally rotate your right thigh bone. Big toe into the center. We'll release that, bringing your left hand down to a block or the floor, coming into half moon, opening your hip. As you exhale, close off the hip, coming into standing splits. Bend your right knee, rise up to standing, and step foot to foot. Take a moment here, Samasthiti. Direct your attention and awareness in. What is it that I'm feeling in my body? Where do I feel it? Shift weight into right foot. Lift your left knee. Left hand to the inside of the knee. Press the knee into the hand. Left heel goes out to the side. So this left thigh bone is internally rotating. And notice how when you do that, the left hip naturally kind of lifts up. Yeah? From here, releasing hand from foot. Cross your left leg over your right as you sit back into the imaginary chair. Left arm underneath your right. Eagle pose, Garudasana. Breathe here. From here, start to release the leg, release the arms, airplane, Dekasana. Pointing toes down, big toes in, internally rotating that left thigh bone. Release that, open up your toes to the side wall, maybe right hand comes down to a block, left hand reaches up for half moon, this is your inhale. Exhale, square off the hips, internally rotate the left thigh bone, bend the left knee, and rise up to standing. And step foot to foot. Take a pause. Notice as you started to feel sensation in your legs, in your body. Do you just label it as sensation, bad, ooh, uncomfortable, don't like it? Have you once gotten curious? Direct your attention in. What is it that I'm feeling? How would I describe it? Take a deep breath in, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back. Move through your vinyasa. Move like yourself to downward facing dog, whatever that looks like. Tap knees, lift hips. When you get to your down dog, inhale, lift your right leg. Open up the hip. As you exhale, close off the hip by internally rotating the right thigh bone and touch your right knee to your right tricep. Hold here, then lift your right heel, try to get higher than your elbow. So it's just like what we did earlier on our knee, but this time we're lifting, so you can always modify and drop that left knee. From here, step the foot forward. As you inhale, bring your chest through. As you exhale, straighten out your legs for pyramid pose. Head and neck relax. So a lot of hamstring opening today to prepare us. On your inhale breath, bend your right knee, drop your left heel and rise into your warrior two. We'll leave it here for now. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to frame your front foot and move to downward facing dog like yourself. Maybe that's a hovering of the right foot. Maybe if you go within, you realize I really don't need any more vinyasas, and you go right back to down dog. Listen to your heart and your body. Inhale, left leg lifts, open up the hip. Exhale, close off the hip, left thigh rotates down. Inhale, left knee to left tricep. Exhale to hold and internally rotate the thigh. So see how when my left knee comes down and my heel goes up, my left hip lifts a little bit. Then step the left foot in between your hands. Inhale, chest comes forward. You can always use blocks underneath the hands here. Exhale, straighten out the legs for a wide pyramid. Head and neck relax. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, bend your left knee, drop the right heel, and rise for warrior two. All right, so starting to link our breath and our movement. You'll inhale here. Exhale, lower your body. Maybe that's stepping back into a three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, knees tap, hips lift, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, open up the hip. Exhale, close off the hip. Inhale, right knee, right tricep. Exhale, internally rotate, lift through the heel. Good, step it through. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, straighten out the leg. Inhale, bend the right knee, drop the left heel, warrior two. From here, we'll straighten out the right leg. Shift your left foot in a little bit if you like for triangle. So in your triangle, I want you to think about your right thigh spinning out and your left thigh spinning in, okay? So rather than this like more traditional like open hip triangle, your right hip or your right thigh is spinning external rotation. Sorry, I said that wrong. Right thigh is an external rotation, left thigh is an internal rotation. Then your right hand slides down the right leg, and maybe your left hand up. The right hand can always come down to a block. Good. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. From here, hands come down, frame your front foot, and take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, knees tap, hips lift, downward facing dog. Get there like yourself. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Exhale, close off the hip. Inhale, knee to tricep. Exhale, internally rotate. Inhale, step it through, chest forward. Exhale, straighten out your legs. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, straighten out the legs. So now we pause. Walk the right foot in a little bit. This time, left thigh spinning out, right thigh spinning in. So right thigh is an internal rotation, spinning into the center of our body. Left hand might come down the left leg, maybe to a block. Right hand reaches high, Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down, frame left foot, step through your vinyasa. Move like yourself. Knees tap, hips lift. Maybe pedaling out the heels here. So we'll be adding on again. The aim is not just always how far can I go in each pose, but it's can I keep linking my breath with the movement. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Open up the hip. Exhale, close off the hip. Inhale, right knee, right tricep. Exhale, internally rotate the right thigh bone. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to your triangle. Then on your inhale breath, I want you to start to bend in the front knee with this right hand staying at the floor. So it can also be on a block. We come into extended side angle. In your extended side angle, notice if the right knee wants to, fall in internal rotation. Try to keep pressing it out to the side actually now. And from here you have this option to stay with the block or flip the palm, bend the elbow, and find a bind. Hands to your right hip crease. Keep spinning your chest up. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look to your right foot. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Press into your left foot and get light on your right foot. Maybe even bring it to that block. So you're not dumping into your weight onto your shoulder, but you're keeping your feet active to try to lift up into your Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise or tree will release to Samasthiti. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale through your vinyasa. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back of mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees tap, hips lift, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Open up the hip. Exhale, close off the hip. Inhale, knee to tricep. Exhale, internal rotation. Inhale, step it through, chest lifts. Exhale, lift the hips, hamstring stretch. Inhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, bend the knee, extended side angle, option to take that bind. Right hand to left hip crease, left hand comes to meet it. We look to the left foot. Now, if this is where you start going, oh, she does this weird bind walk up thing, I can't do it. Stay with me. What part of this can I do? If you have the bind, can you step your right foot even just a little bit? It's okay if it's a couple little steps, right? Can I bring a little more weight onto my right foot and let my left heel get light? Think about putting on a high-heeled shoe. Can I press into my right foot and lift to standing? Whoop. If you fall out, you smile and you come back in. Can I straighten out the left leg? Your body might say no, not today, and that's okay. Move like yourself through your vinyasa. One more time through this sequence. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back of mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, knees tap, hips lift. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, close off the hip. Inhale, right knee, right tricep. Exhale, internally rotate that thigh bone. Inhale, step it through, chest lifts. Exhale, slide the hips back. Inhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Exhale into your triangle. Inhale, bend the knee, extended side angle. Exhale, find your bind. Now, in the way that we stepped, right, before, you're gonna step the left foot in, and meet me at the top of your mat in a low bind here. So you're starting to come towards a squat, and you're gonna release your right hand underneath your right leg, and your left hand forward, okay? From here, take your left hand onto your right foot, and see what would it be like bending in your right elbow and lifting your right foot a little bit. For this little variation of squat with a little bind, we make our way to a seat. Let your left shin come down, and your left hand has a hold of your right foot. So it's pinky to pinky alignment. From here, I press back into my right leg and I lift in my chest. Bring your right hand down. What would it be like for me to be here? Can I keep my leg high, my hand down, and breathe? Maybe compass pose is available as you straighten out in your right leg, look underneath your left arm bone, and we'll use this as a place to come towards our peak of the day, Astavakrasana. So bring your blocks to frame your hips and a little bit wider than shoulder width distance. You can always pause this, grab your blocks, find the right spot, and practice this as many times as you want to slow it down. But as we go into it, if your mind starts to quit on me, your heart starts to close and you say, this arm balance shit, I'm not doing this, right? The yoga is to keep directing your attention inward and say, what part of this can I do? So can I lift my right foot? Can I get my left hand on top of my right foot? Can I thread my right arm underneath? So almost like you're putting on like a backpack strap here. And you can hang out right here working on your hip mobility. If you want, your right hand comes to the block. You keep bending in the elbow and pressing back. If you want, your left hand comes to the left block. So this is a hard part. Can I keep my leg up here, even with my hands on the blocks? If this is accessible, can I cross my ankles and evert my ankles? So don't let this happen, then they'll slide apart. You want to keep that eversion of the ankle joint. Now, all those internal rotation of the upper thigh bones that we did, I want you to think of that right now and take your right knee that's pointing up and point it down, and then squeeze the legs together for Astavakrasana. So what happened there, you might look at it and go, she's strong, and you just have upper body strength. But using that internal rotation of the right thigh, this, think like quick, let's do this right now. So feet down, knees bent, both knees over to the left side, and you press into this right thigh. What that does, when we have the leg wrapped, is it makes it less about my arms. I'm gonna do nothing with my arms. Just by pressing my right thigh bone down, it lifts my hips off the ground, making it from my lower body. Then my upper body might come in and bend the elbows, and then I squeeze the legs together for Astavakrasana. So notice where you count yourself out before maybe the pose has even begun. And try to direct your awareness in and ask, am I making this impossible for myself, or is my body quite literally saying no? Okay, we'll come to the other side. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. While none of us are more enlightened if we can do an arm balance, the universe buries strange jewels inside us all, and then stands back to see if we can find them inside. It's not out in some pose or person. It's in you. But it stands back to see if we can find them, because not all of us will do the work of removing that dirt, those stones, the hard work of digging into that well to find it. It would be easier to say, I don't like this yoga teacher, I don't like this yoga pose, I'm a victim of the world. What if you directed your awareness in? Inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, straighten out your legs. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, straighten into your triangle. Inhale, bend the knee, extended side angle. Exhale to your bind. So if you don't have the bind here, that's okay. You can even bring your left hand underneath the left leg and then step to your squat at the top of your mat, and it's totally fine if you don't have the bind. Hips come down, left hand frames the left foot, right hand comes to your left foot. Option is to kick the left foot forward, coming into this compass variation of squat that then brings us down to our compass pose, and I'll shift so you can see me. So right shin is down, left leg is up. Get it as high as you can. So it's like above the elbow. It's like you're strapping on a backpack, as high as you can get it. You'll have the blocks nearby, framing your hips. From here, right hand, left foot, left hand on the block. First, we find our compass pose. Kick through that left leg and internally rotate your left thigh bone to find more length in your hamstring, and maybe look underneath your right shoulder. Beautiful big hamstring and side body stretch. Then bend in your knee. Get that leg as high as you can. What would it be like for me to bring my left hand down? What would it be like for me to bring my right hand down? What would it be like for me to cross my ankles and then think about this left knee pointing up and send it down, coming into your Astavakrasana. From here, we'll release down to a seat. Feel free to pause the video and play around with this as much as you like. And when you're ready, I want you to bring your hands to your shins, take a big, open-hearted stretch. And exhale, round. Round, 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 all the way onto your back. Bending your knees and hugging in your body. Thanking your body for everything it gave you in this practice. And that it gives you every day. Rock from side to side. Then letting your arms come out to a T. Send your knees over to the right elbow and kick your legs to straighten, taking that twist. Maybe noticing if it feels any different than it did at the start of your practice. Starting to find your breath if you lost it. It's scary to think that we might have all the answers within us, because then we are responsible for creating our life experience. It might be easier to go around and ask outside of ourselves. Maybe it's what we've been taught and conditioned to do. But yoga is a practice of self-inquiry, of remembering that at each and every one of us there is this true light, this piece of love within us. That's why we say namaste at the end of the class. You're saying, I see it within you, and it is also within me. Bend your knees, come back to center, drop your twist over into the other side. As scary as that is, it's also the most empowering thing that we can experience. Within you, there is an infinite well of love and wisdom and knowledge. You just have to remove the layers of dirt, thoughts and stones and fear that may be covering it up. It's not a creating or finding something outside of you. It's an uncovering. So as we unwind, you can hug your knees in one more time, thanking yourself for taking the time to do something not just for your physical body, but also for your mind, your spirit, and your heart. And as you release, we will practice bringing the attention in Shavasana, corpse pose. A million different things will fight for your attention every day. Saying, this is important, no, this is important. But it is your job to come back within. You have the answers that you need. The universe buries strange jewels within us all and stands back to see if we will find them. There's nothing to create or look for, just everything to uncover. As you breathe here, scanning your body for where you can relax more and release more. We'll start to find a breath. It is an inhale, count to 4. Exhale, count to 4. Inhale, count to 4. Exhale, count to 4. If 4 feels a bit long and you need to shift to 3, that's okay. If it feels a bit rushed and you need to shift to 5, that's okay too. Let your breath be smooth, continuous, and even. Continue to breathe here in this way. If the mind wanders off, use your breath to bring your attention back in. The breath feels pretty even in length and duration. You could add in a mantra. Inhale. My attention is in. Mary Oliver writes in her famous poem, The Journey, one day you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles, mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do. Though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible, it was already a late night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing that you could do, determined to save the only life that you could save, your own. From here, begin to deepen your breath, and let this deepening of your breath roll you over to a comfortable side while keeping your awareness inward. As best as you can, whether with eyes shut or just halfway open, you'll make your way to a comfortable seated position, either on a block or not, with a lengthened spine. We'll meet with our palms face up and end with a breathwork practice that is grounding and helps to bring your attention within, that you can use at any time out in the world. We'll start with our hands in a mudra where the thumb and the index finger meet. And then the backs of your hands come onto the thigh bones. And this breathwork practice is grounding and centering. It helps to bring you back into your body when your experience might be outside. Take a deep breath in, and then you will slide the thumb down to where the index finger meets the palm. Inhale, slide the thumb up to the tip of the finger. Exhale, slide down to where the finger meets the palm. Switch to the middle finger. Inhale, slide the thumb up to the tip of the finger. Exhale, slide the thumb down to the base of the hand. Switch to the ring finger. Inhale, slide up to the tip of the finger. Exhale, slide down to the base of the hand. Switch to the pinky. Inhale, slide up to the tip of the finger. Exhale, slide down to the base of the hand. Back to the ring finger. Inhale, slide up to the tip. Exhale, slide down. Move to the middle finger. Inhale, slide up. Exhale, slide down. Index finger. Inhale, slide thumb up to the tip. Exhale, slide down. Now move through this again at your breath pace. Moving through each finger. Putting your full concentration on your breath and this practice and moment. Grounding you into the here and now. If you notice thoughts come in, come back to your breath and do another round. Letting your breath guide the pace of the movement rather than your movement or length of your finger rushing the breath. Let the slide be your whole inhale, whole exhale. When you finish this round, you can allow your palms to face down and just take a moment to observe. Observe the effects of your breath work and your practice. Direct your attention in. From here, bring your hands to heart center. Ending our practice, sharing a full deep breath together. Bowing your forehead into your fingertips. Famous yoga teacher Patanjali said, "There is always a light within us that is free from all sorrow and grief, no matter how much we may be suffering. That light, love, and breath within me is the same light, love, and breath within each of you." To that we say, Jai Bhagwan, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and letting me be the voice behind your practice. If you have any questions about anything we did, please let me know. And I hope to see you on the next one.